Hello everyone and welcome to this course. I'm looking forward to sharing this science communication journey with you over the next few weeks. I am passionate about communicating science and I hope that this course will provide a platform for sharing ideas and resources so that we can learn from each other and build a community of science communicators across Africa and other developing regions of the world. We are starting with some key findings from a panel of communicators, researchers and journalists that met over a period of 3 years way back from 1998 to 2001. This was an initiative from NASA, led by Rick Borchardt. They brought in views and voices from all over the world, and I was fortunate enough to participate in one of the sessions. These recommendations are as valid today as they were in 2001, and valuable guiding principles for science communication anywhere in the world. Let us reflect on the 6 key findings contained in this report. The first finding: there is no such thing as a general audience for science and technology communication. Rather, there are many people with many different uses for science and technology information, and many different levels of understanding. This tells us that the idea of the general public is a myth. The public is multifaceted and diverse, and people have different attitudes, interests, and expectations. They also prefer different ways of communicating. Campaigns aimed at the general public generally reaches no one very well. That is why you have to be clear on who you are trying to engage, so that you can design and deliver messages tailor-made for them. Finding number 2. The scientific community and managers of the science enterprise routinely fail to distinguish between the understanding of science and appreciation for science or research performing institutions. This means you have to be clear why you are communicating. Are you trying to increase public understanding of science, or are you aiming to enhance the reputation of a specific research group or organization? The difference between objective science communication and so-called science PR has become a hotly debated topic in recent years. Thirdly, science and technology communication should not be driven by the research enterprise's desires about what the public should know. Rather, communication should be driven by a desire to meet the audience's needs and interests. If you want to communicate effectively, you need to know and understand your audience. Several scholars have looked deeply into the importance of the scientist's understanding of the public. For example, this report by Chris Mooney, which you will find online. In the fourth place, the active involvement of scientists and engineers is critical to the success of science communication. Scientists have a duty to communicate their findings outside academic circles, especially when they do their work with public funding. To do this well, they need a working knowledge of science communication practice, including the mass media. I would recommend that you read this section specifically to see what the authors recommend about a culture of science communication, and especially also about rewarding scientists for their communication efforts. Finding number 5. Science communicators who can foster mutual respect between scientists and external publics are essential to effective public communication of science. This section of the report touches on the emergence of science communication as a career and its continued professionalization. It notes that the typical position of science communicators in research organizations can be challenging, but argues that science communicators play a key role and therefore deserve a direct line to the top and a seat at decision-making tables. The 6th finding talks about the proliferation of new media and the fragmentation of existing media and its impact on how we communicate about science and technology. We are definitely experiencing and seeing the decline of traditional media today. Worldwide printed media, especially newspapers, are fighting for survival, while online media is growing fast. This article specifically notes the unparalleled opportunities presented by the Internet to directly reach and interact with specific audiences. To conclude, the report also talks about integration and evaluation. As far as integration is concerned, it recommends that public communication should be an integral part of the whole scientific process. It should not be left as an afterthought or an optional activity at the conclusion of a research program. And about evaluation, it urges science communicators to make rigorous formative and summative evaluation part of any communication process. We will come back to science communication planning and evaluation later in this course. Please read this complete roadmap to communicating science in the future at the link provided in your online notes, and use this week's discussion forum to share your thoughts with the other course participants. I look forward to hearing from you.